Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Today, I want to share a story that might just change the way you think about leadership. We often imagine leaders as the loudest voices in the room, the ones always front and center, but sometimes the most profound impact comes from a different kind of strength entirely. This is the story of Elara, a leader known not for her words, but for her quiet power and unwavering resolve. Elara worked as a project manager in a tech company that frankly was a bit chaotic. Deadlines were missed, teams were fragmented, and morale was consistently low. People complained constantly, but no one seemed to know how to fix it. Elara wasn't a vocal person. She rarely dominated meetings, and you wouldn't find her boasting about her achievements. She observed, she listened, and she thought deeply. Her colleagues often underestimated her, mistaking her quiet nature for a lack of ambition, or even indifference. One particularly challenging project came along, a critical software launch with a ridiculously tight deadline. The previous team had already failed to deliver, and expectations were plummeting. The company's top brass was frantic, throwing around ideas, most of which just added to the confusion. Elara's team was assigned to it, and the mood was immediately heavy with dread. Everyone expected another disaster, but Elara approached it differently. Instead of jumping into panic mode, she spent the first few days simply observing. She watched how her team members interacted, identified their strengths, and more importantly, their unspoken frustrations. She noticed the brilliant but shy coder, Liam, whose ideas were often overlooked. She saw Sarah, a meticulous designer, struggling with unclear instructions. She also saw the informal cliques that prevented effective collaboration. Her first move wasn't a grand speech. It was a simple, yet profound, shift in process. She introduced daily stand-up meetings, but unlike the usual chaotic updates, she ensured everyone spoke, even if it was just for 30 seconds. She asked pointed, open-ended questions that encouraged solutions, not just problems. What's one thing you're stuck on? What's one thing you need from someone else today? She made sure Liam's voice was heard, gently prompting him to share his insights, which often turned out to be game changers. She connected Sarah directly with the client for clarity, empowering her to get the precise information she needed. Slowly, almost imperceptibly, things began to change. Elara never shouted, never blamed. When mistakes happened, and they did, she didn't castigate. Instead, she'd say, "Okay, that's a learning opportunity. How do we prevent this next time? What support do you need to get back on track?" She led by example, working tirelessly herself, often staying late, but always making sure her team felt supported, not just driven. She handled difficult client conversations with calm assurance, never letting their pressure spill over into her team's focus. She created an environment of trust. Team members started feeling safe to admit when they needed help, knowing they wouldn't be judged. They saw Elara wasn't just managing tasks, she was nurturing people. She showed genuine interest in their well-being, asking about their weekend, or remembering a small detail about their family. These small gestures, often missed by louder leaders, built immense loyalty and respect. As the deadline loomed, the pressure intensified, but this time, the team wasn't crumbling. They were a cohesive unit, communicating effectively, picking each other up, and problem-solving together. Elara was still quiet, but her presence was a steadying force. She was like the conductor of an orchestra, not playing an instrument herself, but ensuring every section played in harmony, at the right time, with the right passion. She anticipated roadblocks, cleared paths, and celebrated every small victory, making sure each team member felt their contribution was valued. On the day of the launch, the software went live without a hitch. It wasn't just successful, it was heralded as one of the smoothest, most innovative launches the company had seen in years. There were cheers, high fives, and a palpable sense of triumph. When the executives came down to congratulate the team, they naturally looked for the project manager, expecting to see a boisterous figure celebrating. Instead, they found Elara, standing slightly to the side, a small, proud smile on her face, letting her team bask in the well-deserved spotlight. Her quiet leadership had transformed a failing project and a demoralized team into a shining example of success. Her colleagues, who once underestimated her, now admired her profoundly. They realized that true leadership isn't about being the loudest, but about fostering an environment where everyone can thrive. It's about empowering others, building trust, and showing unwavering support, even when the path is difficult. Alara's story teaches us that strength comes in many forms. Sometimes the most powerful impact isn't made by grand gestures or booming voices, but by consistent, thoughtful action, deep empathy, and the quiet determination to lift everyone around you. She was the silent leader who spoke volumes through her actions, proving that true influence comes from integrity, consistency, and a genuine commitment to people. So the next time you think about what makes a great leader, remember Alara. Remember that sometimes the most effective way to lead is not by shouting directions, but by building a path for others to follow, by listening intently, and by cultivating an atmosphere where everyone feels valued and capable. Your actions, your empathy, and your steadfast belief in your team can create a powerful ripple effect that transforms challenges into triumphs. Thank you so much for watching today. If Alara's story resonated with you, please hit that like button. Share this video with someone who needs to hear it. And don't forget to subscribe for more inspiring content. We'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments below. Have you encountered a silent leader who made a huge difference? Let us know. Until next time, keep leading with purpose, no matter your style.